hopefully we did it.
Hopefully I did it. Okay. There we are. We're live. It's a little bit high, but let me see if I can bring it down a little bit. It's a mess out here, I know. It's freezing down here too, but I figured let's go ahead and do live stream because I'm not doing anything else. And I'll pull this up so I can read everybody's. Sure. Okay. What's going on? Okay. All right. How's it going, everybody? It's freezing here. Let's go to live chat. Let's try to make that a little bigger here. Why is it doing it on both screens? I don't like that. There we go. All right, thank you. Yes, today's my birthday, and I said I was gonna maybe do a live stream tonight, so we're still gonna do our Monday night live stream with John and Craig, but today, okay, hold on, this is loud. Don't want to hear myself. Figured. I did see John and Craig last night. We had a little surprise dinner that I didn't know about. I was surprised. And yeah, it's been snowing out all day here. We're in central New York, Syracuse area. Super cold outside. I just got back from a party at my brother's house with my nieces and nephew. That was fun. How's everyone else doing? Is everybody getting a lot of snow? Are there people here that are getting a lot of snow like me? Yeah, I figured, I mean, it's the big one, so it's the one that I wasn't looking forward to this birthday, you know. So I don't know. Toronto, so much snow. Yeah, you're pretty much on the other side of the lake, so we're all getting a lot of snow right now. It's, you know, when I left the house, I picked up my parents and drove them over to my brother's, and then I forgot something, so I ran back, and all the tracks within 45 minutes were just completely covered with snow. It was like we never were there. What is the best advice I could give a human based off everything I have learned in my life? I would say to go vegan, because that, to this day, is my single best decision I ever made. So I would tell somebody to go vegan. So many flights are canceled. I'm not surprised. I figured everything would be canceled today as well. And I got to see about it tomorrow. Wow, it's really cold down here. I don't know, what is new other than me not being in the 40s anymore. That's new. I got to adjust to that. I don't feel any different. I don't feel like I feel any I don't look any different. I feel exactly the same, obviously, but there's just something in my mind thinking like now I'm into the next decade of my life. And I was also born on, it was a Sunday 50 years ago. It was a Sunday. And it was a record cold temperature up here, I guess, -18 degrees. and my mom says it was snowing. Although when I look it up, it was not a blizzard. When I look it up on, you know, the archives of what it was doing, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't snowing. She said it snowed early on in the morning, like 1 or 2 in the morning, and the two days before that it snowed. And she remembers my uncle had to drive her to the hospital because I was early, and that was 50 years ago. It is a snowmageddon out here. It's freezing too. Oh my god, it's so cold. You know, when I let Zeke out, he can only be out there for a little bit before he starts putting his paws up. And yeah. What's the best vegan dish that I've ever tasted? I don't know. There's so many different things, and it's like, you know, like what am I in the mood for certain times? Like, I mean, I don't know. There's so many really, really good dishes. I mean, I always love pizza, and I've done some videos over the past few months of my like rating different pizza places across the country. And some of the best ones were one in Beacon, New York that I was just at, Trixie's. But also, I really liked Crossroads Pizza. They're, it's like a deep dish pizza. It was so very good. But I also love like Ethiopian food, and I love bibimbap, which is Korean. But then when I'm in the mood for something sweet, I love like a good vegan donut. It's really hard to say. I mean, pizza. You know, a good pizza. I could go with pizza like almost every single day. As far as my favorite vegan dishes, although there was a restaurant in LA that it was only open for a few months. It's gone. But they had something on the menu that was one of the best things I've ever had, and they did it right. They made they cooked a whole head of cauliflower, and they came out, and there's a video that I have of it, and they cut it and it just like falls apart. It's just perfectly done, marinated, and the place was called Cruciferous, and it was right next to Doomy's. If anybody, you know, lives out there way or have been to Doomy's, it was right next door to them, but they're no longer there. Thank you for the birthday wishes here. Also, yeah, Expo West is coming up in about a month, and I am planning on going there. I've never cooked with a vegan gelatin, but I know that there's a lot of good products out there that does have vegan gelatin in them. Like some of these gummies, they don't have the your your standard yuck gross gelatin. It just goes to show that you can make delicious foods, and you can make all the candies and everything that has gelatin in them without actually using gelatin. So also, I think if most people actually knew the process going from point A to point B to get gelatin, a lot of people would not be eating gelatin. Quinquagenarian. Special greetings to our brand new quinquagenarian. That is a mouthful. Wow, JJ, thank you so much for that super chat. Thank you. Like that. Yeah, most people don't know what they're eating when they're eating. But it's good to know that I feel like a lot of the foods are being phased out of using stuff like that. For sure. I got a couple new videos that I'm working on that I have to edit. Maybe one of them could be like Vago or something. And other than that, like, just the movie. I gotta plug the movie. So if you haven't seen my movie, A44 is the movie. There's the poster right here. It's a feature movie. It's a pro-vegan movie. It's a horror movie. It's got zombies in it. And you can watch it on Tubi, on YouTube and Google Play, and now also on a platform called Fawsome, Fawesome. So go check it out. Oh, you know what I was gonna do is I was gonna get on. Maybe I'll do a video where I read some of the comments that I get. Maybe I'll go and do that. It's send me all of your Vago. Linda, you wish. I think you got more Vago than I have. No, I just got a new replenishment. I've got more than you for sure. You just saw it on Fawsome. Okay. Darth Vegan. Could you, do you remember around how many ads were on there? How many times did ads pop up during the movie? On Fawsome. That's right, Aquarius. Let's see. I know that today's birthday is also. I got a few other friends that at the same birthday as me, and also Alicia Keys' birthday is today, and who else? There's I always get it mixed up. Is it Virginia Woolf? A lot of ads, maybe 8 to 10. Yeah. I mean, you can watch it for free there. They do have ads. I don't recommend. I recommend going and renting it or buying it, and then you can watch it in an entirety without any ads. But if you don't want to do that, you can watch it on YouTube or Tubi or Fawsome for free. But there's ads. What are my thoughts on vegans dating non-vegans? I actually did a video about that. I think I was with Brian, the vegan black metal chef, and we were talking about that. Honestly, my thoughts, I don't care what other people do. I really don't care what other people. Personally, I would, if I was going to date somebody, I would not date a non-vegan. I could hang out with a non-vegan, but I wouldn't date a non-vegan. But that's not saying that you can't date a non-vegan. I mean, you absolutely should do whatever you feel is right, whatever you want to do. I remember, so I've been vegan now for over 30 plus years now, and I remember when I first got my own place, having all, especially when I first became a homeowner, I didn't. Like everything in my house was vegan, right? And before that, when I was growing up, when I was living with my parents, or when I had roommates that weren't vegan or they were vegetarian or what, it was like a shared, kitchen and all that stuff. So I just remember when I bought my house, it's like everything in here is vegan, and I don't have to be afraid to say, no, you can't bring anything in here that's not vegan. You can't cook anything in here that's not vegan. You can't use my utensils. You can't use my microwave, my refrigerator. Like nothing's coming in this house that's not vegan. And like some people be like, what? But like it's my house, and I'm enforcing that. Like I'm vegan for a reason, and you're not going to cook something that's not vegan in my house. So, but I'd be more than happy to cook you something nice and delicious that's vegan. So yeah, I remember that. I remember doing that. What was it? I know. I'm like going off on all these tangents over here. I was talking about the movie. Yeah, Mike, if your girlfriend and you became vegan at the same time, it makes it, because now you got somebody to, be vegan with. When I went vegan, I wasn't vegan with anybody. I was on my own. Oh, I had a really good cake from Aurora's. They made a vegan zombie cake. A zombie cake. a vegan cake. I'll be posting a video on it soon. It looked really awesome. It had like peanut butter chocolate ganache. It was really good. Would I still have a girlfriend that is not vegan? No, I would not. Yeah, so I was talking about the movie. Yes, the movie. So I was trying to come up with some ideas of what to do. Like for one, I know not everybody's going to do this, but some people, hopefully you guys are one of them, would be down to purchase a DVD or Blu-ray if I were to do that. I really want that, and I want to work on that later this year. The other thing is I'm trying to, because I'm doing my own marketing and promoting the movie. It doesn't seem to be catching any attention of any kind of movie reviews or horror reviews or vegan reviews, or nobody seems to want to touch this. So it's just me. I'm marketing it on my own, and I'm wondering if you guys would be interested, but not only you guys, like hopefully new followers. If I just started, because I'm trying to post YouTube videos that are appealing, but also like something that is, also movie related. And what if I made like a whole series on just how I made the movie? Like I'm just a dude that never made a movie before, that all of a sudden now I made a movie, and it took a long time from the beginning to end. But what if I made some videos about like how I came up with the idea and how I decided I was going to learn to be able to do, a movie making thing, and then how I funded it, and then how we did pre-production, how we started the movie, and all the way until now there's a movie out there. Yeah, a documentary. A documentary, like a couple other people and myself always said, if we did a documentary on the making of A44, it would probably be more exciting than the actual movie. Because I don't think a lot of people know what we went through to make this movie. This was like a life-changing event. Like it took a lot out of me. And knowing that I got to where I got right now, it's a good feeling. But like if I had to go back there and do it all over again, not knowing what I knew, I don't know if I would, or knowing what I know, I don't know if I would do it. Like it was, yeah. A44 at the drive-in. No, I never heard back. That would be nice though. Maybe sometime this summer or fall. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Yeah. I also want to, I do want, it would be nice to go to a couple more movie theaters as well. But I also was thinking about possibly working on some more movies and just kind of make it like the template and try to, like, now knowing what I know, trying to get it done, trying to do it a lot more efficiently and practical, knowing the mistakes that I made that I won't make again, and save myself a lot of time and effort to try to make another one, and then get that one out, and then make another one. And like that's ultimately what I wanted to do, is I wanted to make movies. And it'd be a shame for me to do this one and then never make a movie ever again, you know? Maybe, you know, oh well, like if my first one failed, then try again, you know? I mean, it's like knowing how much went into this, it's like, oh, just try again, you know? Like it's not that simple to say that, because like years of my life went into this. And but I think that I think that if I were to make another one, I would, because I've done it now, so I know at least some of the things that I could do better and more efficiently and save myself a lot of time and effort, um, you know, doing. And then maybe get the turnaround a lot faster, and then, you know, do the same blueprint as this one, but better. And then, you know, take a month off and then go and do another one, and then just keep making movies. Am I married or have a significant other? I feel like I'm not like quite like a lot of people. I'm not married and I don't have a significant other. I just kind of live my life in the moment, and at least right now, for quite some time actually. I've been in long-term relationships in the past, but like it's been quite some time since the last time I did something like that. As long as I made other, well, yeah, I would still do my other, you know, YouTube. Like I would want to keep doing my YouTube channel, and also bring back like the original blueprint, you know, the post-apocalyptic zombie, you know, maybe also put out, thinking about like, you know, my cookbook that I did with John back in the day, but also making like, I told a few people I wanted to do this. What do you guys think? What if I made like not like a full-on cookbook, but like a mini like survival guide, which would be like just a mini cookbook from A44, and just kind of make it look like, you know, a post-apocalyptic you know, guide. Obviously, it would be like a real book, but the pages would be like, it would look like it was like dirt or grime or like ripped pages. That would just be like the graphic. They wouldn't actually be like that. And it could be like everything we made in A44 plus a little bit more. It wouldn't be a full cookbook, but just like just a mini, you know, something that you could pick up that would also, you know, remind you of the movie, but also give you, you know, some good recipes. What did I do for a birthday for today? I went over to my brother's house and we had pizza and little popcorn chicken tofu and some cake. And they sang happy birthday to me, and it's snowing. The shopping videos. Yeah, I got another shopping video coming. I've already filmed it. I just have to edit it. Thanks, Chip. Basically, vegan YouTuber that has the motive of being as vegan in a post-humanity work. Yeah, that's what we do. We're a vegan cooking show in a post-apocalyptic world. My brothers and my sister are all vegan. Would I have a girlfriend that won't be vegan but try? Okay, so I don't. I don't need, like, I feel like I don't like, I feel like not talking about like what I Like, I don't date. I'm a free bird. I don't want a girlfriend or anything. But if I was gonna have a girlfriend, 100% she would have to be vegan. I wouldn't date somebody that wasn't. Vegan hacks is also super cool. You like the shopping videos? Yeah, I try to go in and just see what's vegan, what's new, what's vegan, trends, stuff like that. I don't get why vegans just hook up with vegans. I didn't say that. I did not say that. I said if I was going to date somebody, they would have to be vegan. So you can take from that whatever you want. Oh my God, I didn't date. I met up with a woman that was wearing fur. And I'm also straight edge, so it was really cold. This is like 10 or 11 years ago. And I'm really weird, like I don't like going out in public. I don't like so I'm really weird. But anyway, it was night and we went by this, like, she's like, well, there's a bowling alley right over here. So we walked over there and she walks in and she gets like a drink. I don't drink at all. I've never drank alcohol. I will not buy alcohol and I will not buy something that's not vegan. And she ordered a White Russian, which I guess there was milk in it and stuff. And she like kind of waited for me to pay for it and I didn't. And then we sat down and talked and then she found out that I'm vegan and also straight edge. And I was like, yeah, and then she realized, she goes, I was going to walk away and like never talk to you again. But now that I'm hearing this, that was interesting. And we just became friends. We became friends. I haven't heard from her in many years, but we were just friends because like she didn't hey, look, I don't go out. I don't go to bars. I don't drink. I've never bought an alcoholic drink in my life. And I'm not going to buy something that I'm totally against, and I'm definitely not going to buy something that has animal products in it. And I had a girlfriend long time back, 20 years ago, and she ended up being one of my long-term girlfriends. Actually, she was with me when I got Indy, so she knew Indy. But anyway, the first time I went out to dinner with her, I was totally down to, like, she knew I was vegan. I was totally down to buy her dinner, and she ordered chicken. So I'm like, I'm not paying for your dinner. And I don't know, call me whatever you want, but I stick to my morals and my integrity, and it's very simple. I'm not gonna support animal suffering ever. I don't care. Yeah, ever. Remember when I did 100 push-ups? The most I did in a row was like 143 or something like that. But I do push-ups pretty much every day, but I do them in increments of about 40 or 50 at a time. I don't try to, go all out and do 100 anymore. I'll do about 40 or 50, and I'll do that, several times. I'll do a few hundred push-ups. I don't know how much snow we have right now, but it's been snowing all day. I mean, quite a bit. There's quite a bit out there. It's still snowing as far as I know. I don't have a window here right now, though. Toronto got 40 centimeters. Why did you name Indy? Okay, so I had a little book, and so I got Indy, and he had parvo, so he wasn't expected to live. And I wanted to give the little guy a chance. His name was Frank, and I didn't like that. I wanted to find a name that I wanted, so I just looked up different names for German Shepherds, and I had like all these names, and I'm like, what do I want to name them? Like, which one do I like? And I made the list down to like 5 names. I'm like, okay, out of these 5 names, I'm gonna name them one of these 5. And then I got it down to 3, and I'm like, okay, there's 3 names here. I'm gonna name them one of these 3 names. And then I got down to 2, and I'm like, all right. And then I found the name that I got down to 1 name, and I'm like, okay, this is a name. This is a name for him. And then all of a sudden, I just was like, it wasn't even on there. And I'm like, I'm not gonna name him this. Yes. I'm going to name him Indy. And I named him Indy. Because I remember George Lucas's dog name was Indy from Indiana Jones. And that's what I named him. Indy was Indiana Jones. Short for Indiana Jones. I-N-D-Y. Indy the pup. It's super cold down here. Well, the thing is, it seems like there's way more vegan women than vegan men, so. There's even vegan apps where you can go on and meet, like, different vegan singles. I forget what it's called. I'm not on it, but I have friends on it. Veg something, I don't know. Frank is a better name for a cat. We named the dog Indy. Sean Connery. Yep, exactly. You named your dog Indy after my Indy 10 years. Oh, that's so sweet. It is a good name, and although I love it, I would never name another dog Indy again because there's only one Indy. I couldn't do that. We got Indy, we got Zeke. John's getting all the vegan girls. They go with the dead meat over you. Yeah. Whatever. Go for the dead meat. I know this isn't the best background, but someday I will have a good. I mean, so that's pretty much why I haven't really done any of those apocalyptic cooking videos and anything like that lately, because I don't really have a place right now to do any of these things. I'm working on it, but I kind of got into a financial bind when I was working on the movie, but I got the movie done and here I am. So hopefully I get out of that and I can get back on my feet and going again. It's a birthday stream, not a Lonely Hearts Club meeting, but maybe it is. I don't really like talking. Why? I guess I'll. What city am I in right now? Syracuse. The snowiest city in the U.S. That's not a joke either. You can look it up. Your birthday's in March. It's been a couple years since you've seen us. Okay. You see the sign over here? A44? That's what we've been doing in the last few years. We have a movie. So if you haven't seen my movie, A44, go check that out. You can watch it on Google Play, YouTube, Tubi, or Fawsome TV. I recommend either renting it or buying it so you don't get any commercial ads. But you can watch it for free on Tubi or Fawsome with commercial ads. Yeah, also on YouTube. And it's a feature horror movie. It's a pro-vegan movie. And that's pretty much what I've been working on the last few years. And this last year I've been trying to market it, get it out there, and spread the news, spread the word so people can go see the movie and get to know the movie and, you know, have it out there. So, I mean, I'm doing shameless promoting myself. I'm going into different Facebook groups and people are asking for, like, give us a movie review, give us a movie recommendation, and then I'll, like, put my movie. I'm like, well, I kind of did this myself. It's a low budget, but check it out. And I've got some pretty good feedback from that. Yeah, I'm planning unless we just can't. I mean, John couldn't make it today. We were gonna try to do it today, but John couldn't make it, so I just decided to do this on my own. But we are planning on doing our normal live stream tomorrow, unless it's just so snowy that nobody can get anywhere, and it's like negative 102 degrees, and like, yeah. What's my movie about? Well, if you go to A44Movie.com, you can see everything you need to know. You can have links of where to go watch it. You can see the cast and the crew. You can watch the trailer. It's basically about a zombie outbreak that is through the meat and the dairy that people eat. And the star of the show is my dog, Indy. And he will make you smile. He'll make you cry. He'll make you jump. But not like... Not like crisscross will make you jump. Here's one of the posters. We have... Can you even see this? This is one of the posters. That's Indy on the train tracks. I know that's a little bit of a glare. We got the Glare Witch Project. I'm trying to, because I can't see it in real time. Anyway, this is one of our posters. This is another one of our posters. And then we got another one of Indy, a standalone of Indy. And I don't think I have one down here. But we have posters. We've got hoodies. We've got t-shirts. We've got all the good stuff to support A44 and the Vegan Zombie. Basically, A44 is the Vegan Zombie, but the name of the Vegan Zombie, I changed the name of the movie to A44. So, and remember, it was super low budget. I did the job of like 10 different, roles. So it is what it is. Yes, I want to eventually have Blu-ray and DVD. I got to get all that. We do have distribution, so we're on Indie Rights, and we've been to 2 film festivals. And we did our world premiere in Syracuse March 15th of last year. And then we did our West Coast premiere on October 2nd. Yeah, I can sign the posters. You just got to let me know in like the notes. I can sign the posters for sure. I think I have a couple of different markers right here that I could do that with. And they're all on the website, so you can see what they all look like. I like them all, but there's one of just Indy. And then there's this one, the other one where we're walking on the train tracks. Yeah, I did. Jeremy, I think, was in this live stream earlier, just a couple minutes ago. I did a podcast with Jeremy earlier last year, probably like a year ago. Yeah, Mike saw the movie down in Australia. I did not go to that one. My other film fest was in Toronto, which is where I was on Halloween. Hey, Linda, could you link that, please? Actually, the link is all the links are in the description of this video. If you go down there, you can see A44Movie.com right there. You can click on that. Why does it say acorn squash? Let me get that out of there. That's one of our old apocalyptic. Get that out of there and save. Uh-oh, what did I just do? Now I can't read the chat. I'll get back there, don't worry. Also, I'm streaming this on my phone right now, and it's not totally charged, so I hope I hope my phone doesn't die, which it might. What's good, Darren Rip? Yeah, we're talking about the movie right now, A44. For those of you that don't know, that I made a movie, and I released it last year. Took many years to make. We did a Kickstarter for it back in 2018. The festival organizer of the Screen Day 44 here in Australia loved the movie, said he hoped to screen the film annually at his festival. Interesting. I did not know that. Linda, yes. I just pinned it. I almost clicked the wrong thing. I almost put you in timeout. With the put user in timeout. See you, Linda. No, that was an accident. Okay. Why is it doing that? Don't do it. That's good. That's good to hear. I like that because it's nice to know that people are watching the movie. And I'm thinking of, where is it? Hold on. Let me go over here. Let me just pull something up for a second. Okay, here we are. So, videos. If you go to Indie Rights Movies, and you scroll down under videos, you keep scrolling. There it is, A44. We've been up there for 1 month and we have 207,000 views. That's how many people saw the movie. So if I click on it, and oh, I didn't know I could look at that. That's cool. I'm trying to see. I don't know why I can't find it. Well, this is weird. Oh, there they are. You had to go way down to find the comments. Do you want me to read some of these to you? Because it's quite a variety of... we were talking about love lives and then we started talking about movies, yeah. I'm probably not good at talking about love lives. Let's see. Is my movie licensed? It's got distribution, it's got all the proper licensing. It's out there. My movie's, it's a real movie that you can find. Okay, I'm going to read a couple of these. This is on, you can go over to the Indie Rights distributor and watch A44 there, but let me just read a couple of these. Okay, fantastic movie, need a part 2. Thank you. That was so bad, it was actually quite good. Half the actors sounded like they were reading from a book. A good storyline, worth watching. Thank you. I love Harley and his dog Indy. The vegan zombie is very good. These are people I don't know these people because so some people tried to say that only the good comments must be my friends. I don't have that many friends. Very worth to watch. A wonderful film with an important message. Human equals animal. The most cruel animal on the whole world. Fact. Heartwarming. Feel good awareness. Raising zombie film. Especially the twist at the end. Ooh, I'm not going to tell you what that is. I would love a sequel. I can't read this one part because it's kind of a spoiler. Thank you for making this movie. And of course, thank you for sharing this. Thank you. Much better than I expected. Thank you. Thank you. Nice movie. More movie, please. I like that one. Nice movie. More movie, please. I don't know. I don't know if I'm entertaining you guys. This is entertaining me though. Great story. Thank you. Nice. Thanks for the movie. It's a nice ending. Love it. For animal lovers. Watch it till the end. It's a very good movie indeed. Awesome job. I really enjoyed it. Had me feeling so many different emotions. I don't know any of these people. This isn't even my channel. So this is like what people are saying from my distributor's channel. Such a wonderful movie and absolutely loved Indy. See? Indy. He's a lovable dog. Red, thank you for the birthday wishes. How does it feel to be in... It doesn't feel any different, but I don't like to think about it. Because it's weird. Like, I'm, 50. You don't need YouTube TV. You don't need YouTube TV. You can literally rent it or purchase it and watch it right there. Or you can go to the YouTube free link and watch it there. You can watch it for free with ads. You don't have to purchase it. Okay, so yeah, I was just talking about that. Do I think it's okay to not allow any non-vegan food into your household, even if you won't be the one eating it? My family has a hard time understanding this when coming for extended visits. Anybody that knows me knows I'm absolutely like this. I'm sorry, but like that's how serious I am about being vegan. And yes, my family knows this, and most of my family's vegan, but not all. And I would not change that because we don't need to eat animals, even if we're staying for an extended period of time. And they might get irritated with you or whatnot, but like, there's so many different things that they can eat. I mean, my dad is not vegan. And tonight he was eating vegan pizza. And I don't know if he had the tofu, but he had the vegan pizza and the garlic bread. And then he had vegan cake and ice cream, I believe. So if there's nothing else there, they will eat it. I am immortal. I wish. Maybe that'll be my next movie that I write. You're gonna snuggle up and watch A44 tonight. Well, that sounds like a good thing to do. Watch it on my birthday. Yes. Yes, there is a free. I'm on it right here, actually. If you go, well, you can watch it right there. That's with ads. Also, Tubi. Jessica has a good point there. You can also watch it for free on Tubi. Just go to Tubi and search for A44. Thank you for watching that, Jessica. There's a point when you just gotta you're not saying I dislike my family, I disown my family. You're saying this is where I draw the line. This is more than a choice. This is more than a diet. This is my way of life. This is how I live my life. This is an ethical stance. This is where I draw the line. And this is my house. I'm not telling you can't eat. I'm saying don't bring non-vegan food, dead animals into my house. And like Mike says right here, if this is absolutely not okay with you, then you're more than welcome, to go to some, restaurant or whatever, eat whatever you want to eat, discard the waste, don't bring it back to my refrigerator, and then come back home, come back here. And then, offer plenty of things that they could eat there that are vegan, that most people would, when people think vegan, like apples, oranges, bananas, most breads, French fries. Most of all these things are vegan already. All right, Voldemorts. Yeah, if you watch it and you like it, leave me a good comment there. Help us out. We've got a mix, we've got a lot. I feel like most people watch this and they do enjoy it, but there's some haters out there that have wrote some really bad things. I think the one that it kind of made me laugh, but also it's like I'm human and I spent everything, to make this movie, and it's dedicated to my dog and all of these things, and we went through hell to make this. And we had such a low budget, and some of us, we didn't get paid for our time or anything. So some of these comments that I see, it's really, Bleep Bloop, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate that. Happy birthday. Thanks for all you do for the vegan community. Hey, thank you so much. That helps out a lot. But one of the comments was I don't even consider this a real movie. It's just some amateur garbage. And I was like, oh, thank you. But yeah, there's always a comment every here and there that it's most of them that are negative, I just kind of whatever. I just laugh or whatever. But there's a couple that people literally are out there to try to hurt your feelings. I've had somebody comment 5 times just to let me know how much they hated it. And I'm yeah, I get that. I get that you don't like it. But thank you for watching it. And they're no, you don't get it. We're watching it to laugh at you of how bad you did. I'm I get what you're saying. Thanks for watching it. Oh, I'm gonna be an icicle down here. Yeah, if you don't look, the movie's not for everybody. I think that to be honest, look, it's a low budget movie, okay? It's not the best movie in the world out there, okay? But to me, it's got my dog in it. It's got close family members and friends. It does have, actual paid actors and stuff like that as well. I think the acting, I think we get by. I think the acting is okay. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's horrible. Going back, every time I watch it, I see something that I'm ooh, I wish I changed that, or I wish I changed the dialogue here or here. I will never watch it and not think I could have done something better. But you got to understand, with the work we had and everything that went wrong and the budget we had, we did what we could do. But what I will say is, watch it to the very end. At least watch it to the very end, because you can't make a decision if you literally, I will be the first to say, if you only watch half of this movie or 2/3 of this movie, you might think it's garbage, but if you watch it to the end and then you still hate it, hey, that's your that's your thoughts. But I think people that watch it to the end, it kind of, everything, there's a twist. Everything comes full circle. Things that were left unexplained are explained. you got to really pay attention. This isn't one of those movies that I recommend watching while you're like on your phone. You really got to pay attention to stuff because like I have clues throughout the movie that come in later at the end of the movie. So it's one of those things. If you're gonna watch it, put your phone down, and if you're not going to, just wait until you have time to watch it before you actually watch it. And when you get to the end, there's kind of my homage to like my favorite movie, E.T., pulling at your heartstrings, and hopefully you guys like it as much as some other people do. I don't know. But you don't need to apologize if you don't like it. If you don't like it, feel free to reach out to me and tell me. I already know a lot of reasons why some people don't like it. But again, I would hope you're not like comparing this like the same way you would compare a multi-million-dollar like Hollywood movie. They're not the same. Like they have all the people doing the jobs. They have the best actors. They have the best budget. They have all the resources they can get to make a movie. So when they fall short, then there's reason for some of the criticism. But when you get like an independent movie where people are sacrificing their time and we don't have the money and we're trying everything we can to make the best we can, I feel like you can still criticize it, but until you make a movie yourself, like I've got a newfound respect for people that make independent movies, because anybody, no matter how bad the movie is, if they made a movie, then like they did something that not many people in the world end up doing, is seeing it through, making a feature movie. It is not an easy thing. Yeah, for sure there's people that like to try to upset people. I mean, I've had some really bad comments, and I don't feel like, I mean, people came back giving it like half a star just to spite it. And I'm like everybody's going to think differently, but I know for a fact it's not the worst movie out there. I've seen some bad movies. I've seen some movies that have like $30 million budgets that are garbage. And I would put my money on it that my movie's better than these movies. But to say like this is like the worst movie that you've ever seen, you give it half a star, like I feel like people are just going, like, if you really didn't like it, like why go out there and try to find a place to write these horrible reviews for a movie that was dedicated to somebody's dog, and they did it on almost no budget, That just seems very vindictive or spiteful or weird. Like, if you didn't like it, you don't like it. Like, when I don't like movies, I don't, find my way out there to give them the worst reviews. I'm just like, I didn't like it. I mean, I can tell people I didn't like it, but am I going to like go there and be like, dude, this dude right here, he's like 75 years old and he's like playing a middle schooler. And like, I mean, he ruins the whole movie, and the only thing good about the movie is the dog. It's like, dude, okay, just whatever. You're talking about Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah, but even that had like a bigger budget than us. I'll tell you a movie that had, a budget around what we had would be Terrifier. Oh, I'm with you there, Dune. I don't know. I never liked the original Dune. I don't like the second Dune. I don't like the third Dune. I don't like the remakes. I just didn't like it. And I sat there and I tried. I'm like, look, it looks beautiful. The acting is great. I didn't like it. Probably over $100 million movie, right? I feel like my movie it's pretty simple. It's easy to follow. It just happens throughout like a 1-day, 24-hour period. And things unravel. I think that the pacing is good. I think that it keeps your attention right from the beginning. It goes up. A lot of movies, grabs you, goes up, and then it kind of plateaus, and then it never picks up again. I think mine just kind of gets better as it goes along until the very end and the climax, and then boom, it's like, Heading out to a show. Okay. We'll have fun at the show. And thank you for the birthday wishes. Movies that were really slow, yes. Yeah, you put like way too much time watching Dune to get like nothing out of it. So I think this is more of a simple, and I mean, I'm probably biased, but I think it's like right from the beginning, it kind of like things start happening, and I feel like it's just a fun little movie to watch. I mean, I've watched it way too many times, but just keep it in the back of your mind. I edited this. I did the visual effects. I did the credits. I did the color grading. I literally put so much time into this movie. You want to see that? I was just thinking about that, but then every time I watch the trailer, I'm like, do I really want to watch the new Leo movie? It looks very long. Do I really? I started watching. You know what was good? I'll tell you what was good. I'll tell you two things that were good that I watched recently. I watched Begonia. I liked that. I did. I always like to find something that's like, not just horror, but like I like sci-fi too. I love time travel. Not saying that this is that, but Begonia was good. And then I watched Pluribus by Vince Gilligan, who did X-Files with Chris Carter, and also Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad and all that. It was good. Pluribus was good, but it's very slow, but it's like I like it. I like it, and the don't go by the trailer, because the trailer doesn't tell you anything. I saw the trailer when it first came out, and I'm like, this looks stupid, and I didn't watch it. And then I just gave it a chance, and like, I like it. However, there's more than one season, and they're only done with one season, and it leaves off, so you're like, well, I need to know, but you can't, because they haven't even done the second season. So it's one of those things. And I did not know that, and I'm kind of irritated at that, because I want more. It is a slow burn, but it's a good slow burn. It's good. And when I watch movies, I think of like, okay, so he wrote this like that, okay. They're filming it like that, okay. I'm looking at like, the background, everything they're doing. I'm looking at the pacing. I'm looking at the acting. Everything. When you make films, like, you look at all that stuff. You're gonna start Fear the Walking Dead. I tried to finish The Walking Dead. I'm on like season 10, episode 3 or something, and I've been on that for like 3 years now. Look, the first four seasons of The Walking Dead were amazing, and I loved it. I had Walking Dead parties. But like these new like season 10 and more, it's like, I don't know anybody. I don't know what's going on. I'm not into it. Like, I'm just trying to get it over with, just so I can say I finished it. But the other show, other than Pluribus, is I just watched. I've never seen The White Lotus until I just watched season 1 of The White Lotus, and it's pretty good. I'm on season 2 now. It's interesting. No, I didn't see Severance, no. Yeah, Crystal, I did my best with what I had, with what I could make. And, if I could just keep, making more movies, then, maybe another movie will, like, get the attention of people, and maybe people will be like, oh, this is actually part 2, so I got to go watch part 1 now. Hopefully, who knows. Yeah, once it gets to Negan, it kind of like, I don't know, goes downhill. That's right, Linda. Yeah, that's the other thing. I learned so many things on the movie making. Okay, so I'm the kind of person, like, I'm very, like, skeptical of anything until I do it. I'm a hands-on person. Like, you can't just tell me how to do something I don't understand. Like, I need to do it. I need to see it. I need to do it. And going into making this movie, never making, like, a feature movie before, I made a lot of, like, YouTube videos. And I've even made some, like, more in-depth YouTube videos where we had more of a production there. But I've never made, like, a feature movie. So it was a little, intimidating going into, because, like, I'm like, I've never done this before. What if I mess up? Like, all this stuff, this is big time. And so everything in the movie making department, I learned how to do. I learned pre-production. I learned script writing. I learned the breakdown of the script, and, scheduling, and all of this, blocking, and then, production. That was crazy. We had to improvise. Everything that could go wrong went wrong, and we had to make do with what we had. And like, how many times we planned something out and we had to improvise and do something completely different from the movie. Like, if I could give a director's commentary on the movie, like, there's so much that didn't go the way it was planned. Luckily, the end of the movie, that was what I had planned and I foresaw in my head so many nights for years before that ever happened, before I ever shot it. And it went down fairly close to the way that I saw it in my head. But then we have, like, the post-production and everything, and I'm like, okay, so I got the movie done. I have no idea how to do distribution or film, like, I don't know any of this stuff. Like, and then I learned it all. So now I can say that I've done everything in the movie making process, and I can make another movie now. I know how to make a movie. And that doesn't make me the best. It just makes me a little bit better than I was not knowing it. And the only thing I had to do was just do it. You just got to do it, Michael Jordan told me that when I was little. But Nike told him, and then he told me, and then I was like, okay. But then I didn't do it. I didn't buy his rookie card back when I should have. Darn it! Yeah, sometimes a show or something will jump the shark. And that's what The Walking Dead absolutely did. I mean, it was so popular. They used to have a show called The Talking Dead, so we could talk about this and unpack what we just saw. And now it's just like, what happened? You start naming off some of the people in episode 10 and 11, nobody's going to know who they are. And you name some of the people from episode 1 and 2, everybody knows. Everybody knows. I want to see a good time travel movie that I haven't seen yet. I love time travel. I was thinking about just making my own. But that's like that. I mean, you could make like a simple one, but if you really want to get it right, like you need to absolutely have somebody to look at continuity. You probably going to need a bigger budget to do something like that. Because if you go to if you go back to the 70s, you got to make sure everything in the scene is from the 70s. If you have something in there, so I have a scene in my movie that's from the 70s. Anybody that saw my movie, there's a scene from the 70s. There's 2 scenes from the 70s. But one of them in particular is an outside scene, and I had to make sure, like, I had to cut people's parts because, like, in between them, you could see a car in the background that's, like, with it, a car from, like, 2000, something like that. And we can't have that. So, but I think I did a good enough job, and it really has the vibe. I got the music in there. I've got the color grade on there to make it look like 70s, and it looks good. but you have to make sure, like, we had to tell all the extras, like, dress like the 70s. And I'm sure people are wearing things that are not 70s, but it looked pretty good for what we had, you know? They dressed as good as they could for the 70s. And I brought some extra, like, just white t-shirts just in case. Well, I didn't really. So there's obviously there's a difference between special effects and visual effects. So I used to do a lot of visual effects when I first started the Vegan Zombie channel, and I put them in some of those, you know, post-apocalyptic cooking shows. And then, but not doing that for so long, you forget a lot of it. So like I've done it before, but I had to go back and I had to figure it all out. Like there's some intense scenes that took me. There's just a scene in there where I put a poster, just a poster, on something, and I had to make it stick there and look like a poster. It's not real. It's all CGI, and I put it in there, and it took me about just trial and error, figuring out how to do this and getting it right. It took me about 30 some hours to do, and I worked on it for maybe a week. It took me 30 some hours to get that on there, just to have that in there. And if you guys are looking for that, it's in the grocery store scene. When we're picking up like antacids and stuff like that. So if you watch that right by the cashier lane, right when we're about to cash out, you see a poster. It's not really there. We're actually covering a moon pie poster with another poster. I don't know. I don't think they have the Talking Dead anymore. Um, you notice three things from the scene from 19. I only have scene from the 70s. But yeah, you know, it's supposed to be. Well, they talk about it. They talk about it later in the movie. The AMP 76 is what they call it. So I made that up. But the AMP 76 was the Amherst meat protest. And why did I pick 76? Because that's the year I was born, 76. So it was in the 70s, and then later they, well, I won't say what. I don't want to ruin it. But then you see the outside scene. But yeah, we tried. Yeah, we tried our best, but you know, like, hey, you know, it's a movie. You know, you're gonna, like, if you really want to pick out like any kind of inconsistencies or mistakes in the movie, you will find mistakes in the movie. You know, um, and we can only do, you know, so much with what we had. We can see you. Thank you, Allison. Even if blocked, we don't have any. But well, we have spammers blocked. But other than that, we don't have anyone blocked. Race, you're not blocked. How long have we been on? What are we doing? What's going on? What's it even say? Does it say anything? We got 54 people watching right now. Hello, everybody. I don't know where you guys are, but I am in snowy Syria.
Just outside, actually. Um, what else were we? What were we talking about? We were talking about something. What? Let's talk about the website again. Didn't I pin that? You watched one of my cruise videos from 9 years ago? What, wait, so where are you from? Wait, Puerto Rico or which one? Wait, Lotus Pond. Where was that? Oh, Victoria. Oh yeah. We were only there for like 2 hours, I think. I wanted to spend more time there, but we had to get off the boat. We went in, we ate. I forget the restaurant we were at, but we ate and then we just left. Um, do you like it? The clown movie. Do you like it? I was like, wait, do I like what? Actually, no. Like, personally, I never liked it. Uh, the first the first one that came out, I didn't like that one, and I didn't like the remake. I'm sorry, I never liked it. Race lover, thank you for the birthday wishes. What did I get you for my birthday, bro? I got you this live stream that I'm doing right here, dedicated to race lover. Green cuisine. Yeah, that's probably what it was called, right? It's still there. That's cool. Yeah, I think you can request it to be if you I think there's a note you can put in there. So if you order a poster, just tell me you want it autographed and I will autograph it. Tell me your name and I will put your name there. I wanted to go to Vancouver too. I've never been there. But that was a good cruise we went on. That was our Alaskan cruise. We did a vegan cruise and we went to Alaska. And on the way to Alaska, I don't know if it was on the way there or the way back, we went to Victoria. I think it was the way back. I didn't watch it, but I saw that there's a Welcome to Dairy. I saw that there was last night. Race, if you just want to ask me a question, just us, you just DM me. Are you so wait, do you still live there in Victoria? Is it snowing there? Any upcoming plans or projects for 50th year? I do want to start working on a second movie. I want to I want to get the Blu-ray and the DVD out for A44. And I'm just going to keep working on my YouTube channel. And what was the other thing that I was doing other than that? Oh, and I'm going to Expo West uh, early March, which is the oh yeah, and I was talking about that. If I mean that's a lot to do in 1 year, but yes. Game of Thrones is amazing. I've watched it twice, and watching it the second time, like you just know everybody's name and everything comes together. You just know, yeah. So I've watched Game of Thrones twice, and I just watched an episode of that new Night one, which is supposed to be like what a prequel to Game of Thrones, not House of Dragons, but no snow, 8 degrees. What is 8 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit? I don't know what that means. That could be warm. 8 degrees Celsius. Give me a translation. The next movie is A45. No, it's B43. Mm, 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 mm. I don't know what I would name the second movie. I really don't. Because A44, Harley's Revenge. Okay, so 0 degrees is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's not that bad. It's probably colder where I'm sitting right now than it is where you are outside. I would guess it's like what, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that. I can't look it up on my phone because I'm using my phone to talk with you guys. B43. Wait. My best paranormal experience, I've literally talked about it on this channel way too many times. But I've got videos of me talking about it. It's pretty crazy, but um where is that video anyway? You know what I did do is I mean, you're not going to find anything like scary or anything, but I went to the Stanley Hotel last September and I did a whole tour there. You know, the Stanley Hotel was what inspired Stephen King to write The Shining. And so I got to stay there and I stayed in one of the most haunted rooms there. And then I went to the Buxton Inn, which is also supposed to be haunted. I went to 3 haunted places last year and I did videos of all 3 of them. But I do have like, I can't find it, but I've got where I talk about my paranormal events. There's some really cool ones, and then there's some pretty weird, crazy, scary ones. But wait, maybe I could put there. If I put this one, then maybe that'll come up. No, it's not coming up. How come I can't find my own videos? There's a sofa chair one that I think is it's creepy, and it's pretty crazy, and it's absolutely 100% true. Oh wait, is this it? No, that's not it. Wow, that's old. That's an old video. What is this? What the heck is that? Weird. Anyway, I do have some paranormal things to talk about, but we'll save that for another one. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I'm not wearing a mic. Why is it bad? Is the audio really bad? Your most notable normal experience with a raccoon. um, audio is fine. I don't know why I can't. I don't remember what I named it. That's the problem. Search. Maybe that. Oh wait, what's this? No, that's not it either. That's weird. I can't. Oh, here it is. Let's go. No, that's not even it. That's just 13 curves. There's that creepy light caught on security camera. I had two people show up in my house almost a year apart from each other. That was pretty creepy. And they were both naked. Creepy things caught on my security camera. This is pretty creepy. Scary stories. Okay, here I got a few videos on here, but let me just show you. I'll share with you the link if you want to watch it. I'm not gonna go over it again, but if you want to watch this, these are the three. There's I told these stories as concisely as I could in 13 minutes, whereas the other ones are a lot longer. So if you guys were interested, you can check that out. And I have some other this one if you really are into it, you can look at some other creepy things that happened to me that were like very scary right there. Thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes, everyone. The raccoon. Okay, the raccoonie. I wonder if I could make like a recreation of that. Like when I'm telling the story, I'd probably have to use AI or something. No, the people, no, that is the weirdest synchronicity. I was at two different houses. The first time somebody showed up in my house, I think they were trying to steal stuff out of like, they ended, I think, because like a week later, like there was like seven sheriffs over at my neighbor's house. And apparently this naked guy stole a bunch of stuff. This guy was on Forged in Fire, that TV show where the blacksmith, that's who this guy was. And they stole like his stuff that he used to blacksmith with. He was my neighbor. And he was at my house. I'm not telling the full story, but he came to my house. I wasn't there. Rachel saw him and she came downstairs. It was 4 in the morning. I don't know why she did it, but she opened the door and Indy ran out after him and he chased him down the driveway trying to bite his butt. And Indy was a good boy, so he didn't run down the street with him. He turned around and came back, which, Rachel's only 5 foot. So it's like, 90 pounds. Like she's super small. And this guy's he's outside the house naked. But Indy is like 120. Well, he was a 120-pound German Shepherd, and he definitely had a mean bark when he wanted to. So anyway, so that guy left, never found out who did it, nothing. And then a year later, I'm living in another house, a completely different house in a different town, and almost to the day, another naked dude comes up to the house, totally not connected. And I got the second one, I got him on camera. So there's a video of this. There's a whole video of this. So you can like search the vegan zombie, like what I forget, naked guy or whatever he is, and you can watch that video and see for yourself. The cops actually caught him, like 2 miles down the street, barefoot, still running. Let's see if this even comes up. There it is. Wait, this is it. If you guys want to know more about that story, there it is right there. I won't go into it any further here, but it is an interesting story. It's the coincidence is like astronomical that would happen like that, but it did. I was in California during the first one. I was at Expo or something. You've never even seen a naked guy in your street. Yeah. Yeah, I don't the chances are crazy, but it happened and I've got video of it. And I wish I kept the screenshots of the other guy from the year prior because it was on um the neighborhood watch. There was a neighborhood Facebook page or web page or something. People would I wasn't on it, but she was on it and she saw that a security camera had this guy. Now, when I say he was naked, he was wearing shoes and he was wearing a backpack. And he wasn't wearing anything else. That's saying a lot if you're living in Los Angeles and you haven't seen that. Yup, shoes and backpack. The essentials. You had to put that, where are you going to put all this stuff when you steal it, You got to put it somewhere. Um, I don't know. I had a theory that it was just some dude in the neighborhood that got so high on drugs that he decided to run out wearing nothing but a backpack and break into people's houses. But I don't know. Apparently he did it more than once because the night that he stole stuff out of my neighbors was not the same night. A sensible naked guy, yeah. The other guy, the second guy, was wearing nothing. He had a book in his hand. That's it, a book. And he told the troopers that his name was I Am. My name is I Am. And he drove all the way from almost 2 hours away. He drove. That is correct. Um, they said that they couldn't tell if he was on drugs or not. They dropped him off at the psych ward or something. And he said, "Did he expose himself to you or anything?" And I'm like, "He's naked. He's naked." So, yeah. The thing is Indy didn't even see him. The second guy, Indy didn't even see him. I'm like, "What good are you?" I got Indy and Zeke, and neither one of them saw him. He was right outside the window, staring right at Rachel, just going so he didn't even he just looked at this he's just the stare was so it was so evil. I'm looking, I'm like, what? I mean, you can watch the video of everything that happened. So yeah, it was super creepy. He left his car there. He parked at the bottom of the driveway. If you saw some of the videos from where I lived, it's actually the house 44. It's the A44 house in my movie. That's the house that it was in. And the driveway is like a really steep driveway. And he parked at the very bottom of the driveway. That's how I was like, "Rachel, did you get DoorDash or something?" Because it was late. And she's like, "No." I'm like, "Well, there's somebody here." And she didn't believe me. I go, "Well, they're coming up right now. I just saw them pass my door ring camera." And she's like, "I don't believe you." I'm like, "Well, he's going to be right next to you," because she's sitting at the couch right next to the window, a big window where the stairs were coming up. And she didn't. She literally did not believe me. And I'm like, "Well, he's going to be coming up right there, so I don't know what to tell you." And she looks over and she's like, "He's naked." And I'm like, and he just sat there and he started just like the stare. And I was like, this is the point where you call 911. You know, there's a guy totally naked. Yeah. Whew. Yep, those were the days. A44 house. I got to get this Blu-ray out because when I get it out, I'm just gonna. Was it cold outside? It was May. I think it was May 18th or 19th. So, no, I don't think it was that cold. It was almost summer. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. He drove his car all the way to the bottom of the driveway. He kept his car lights on. He walked up, and then I said, "Call the police! Call the police now!" And I looked at him and I said, "Yeah, call the police." And he ran and he ran, and I'm thinking like he's gonna run to his car and take off. He didn't. He ran all the way down the driveway barefoot, and he ran past his own car, and he went down. Now the street is like I'm on a dead end street, so he's running into the pitch darkness at night, like 10:30 at night, barefoot. He just runs down the street, and he just keeps running and running, and um, when the troopers got there, I ended up going down there, or maybe I went before they got there. I went down there because he left the headlights in his car on. So I went down to his car and I looked in it, and his car was completely immaculately clean. There was nothing in his car except for a DoorDash bag, like one of those red bags or something. And there was no clothes, so he didn't like get naked and put all his clothes in his car. He was wearing no clothes from when he started driving. So he had no clothes. The guy had no clothes at all. And the car was still on. And it got towed. They towed the car. Well, they said that they didn't know if he was definitely on something or not. And I told them, yeah, it could have been something like that. Yeah, he was delivering for DoorDash, but he wasn't delivering anything. There was nothing there. He only had a book in his hand. Door flash. Yeah, there we go. Um, they wanted to know if I wanted to press charges. And I said, well, if you can tell me, does he have a record? If he's violent and he's an offender and all this, yeah, I want to press charges. If he doesn't and he just had a mental breakdown, no, I don't want to press charges. And I ended up not pressing charges. It was May 18th or 19th. It tells it in the video. He had some religious book. I don't know what it was. It might have been, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the Bible or something else, but he said, my name is I Am. And I think that was a cult. I think I found that out a little bit afterwards. He said, my name is I Am, and I am the son of Jesus. That's what he said. Anyway, I made a movie, A44. Go watch it if you haven't already. It could have been snowing in Syracuse in May. It did snow in May a couple years, and I always do like an Instagram story when it snows in May, and then I put that Vanessa Williams song. I know it's June, but it's close enough, you know. Sometimes the snow comes down in June, and she went to Syracuse University, Vanessa Williams. So that's probably why she came up with that song, because sometimes the snow does come down in June here in Syracuse. Well, I don't know if my phone is about to die, but my hands are getting cold. I got them in my hoodie right here like this. What time is it? You know, it's about that time to break forth the rhythm and the rhyme. I'm not down here enough. I ended up getting a laptop for when I did my cross country trip so I could edit, and I do most of my stuff on there now since I'm not editing a movie anymore. Do you know that movie was like 4.2 terabytes? And I had to get a computer that was able to just edit the movie as it was. Like everything was such a learning curve, you know? Oh, I had some more cake. I am so caked out. I had some good vegan zombie cake from Aurora's, and it had like a peanut butter chocolate ganache and green. I don't know if it was fondant. It tasted way better than fondant over the top of it, and like some white chocolate gravestones with some zombies. Yeah, I need to edit that video and post it. Anyway, it was nice hanging out with everybody for my birthday for a couple hours. Thanks for the birthday wishes and super chats. Um, I got to check all my messages and thank everybody and everything like that. You know, you, I don't know. I can't believe I made it to 50. It's crazy. My name is Benjamin Button. Whew. Okay. Well, everybody, go drink some tea and stay warm. That sounds good. Or some hot chocolate. It was nice seeing you all today. I will probably see some of you tomorrow on our regularly scheduled live stream. Oh, I saw that before that was retracted. I hope I have 50 more, maybe 75 more. You never know these days, right? Yeah, definitely check out the movie and tell your friends, check out the movie and share it. Tell people that, hey, we made a movie. Tomorrow, the live, it's usually around the same time. We never have an exact time, but it's usually between, it's usually around 7-ish, somewhere. I usually get over there about 6:30. Then we get everything ready, and then we start going live around 7, a little bit after. So make sure you are subscribed with like the little bell on so you get notifications. I know it still doesn't give everybody notifications, but hopefully it will give you notifications if I go live. All right. Well, I got to turn this phone around in order to turn this off. So I will see everybody later. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for the birthday wishes. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to turn this around. And here we go. Okay. There we are. This is what I really look like up close. Okay, we're gonna stop it if I can do it. There we go. Okay.